rebound. But, well, that's the first opening rate, flat for now, and we'll wait for that to adjust. In the meantime, let's discuss one pocket that has seen quite a bit of damage ever since demonetization. It has been taking a toll across the length and breadth of the country, and it is in the rural hinterlands where the impact is almost debilitating to some. The company with its finger on the pulse of the rural landscape is Ujjivan, and we are now joined by the CEO and MD, Samit Ghosh, to give us a sense of how things are moving. Samit, good morning. First, if you can just quantify for us what the impact has been from November 8th up until now in your disbursements and overall in demand.
Good morning. As far as our collections are concerned, it has been picking up post 9th, gradually, and our repayment rates are, around 60% of our, what was due, but it is gradually picking up,
Okay.
And we have also been disbursing loans from whatever we've been able to collect, the repayments, and that's also a significant amount across the country.
So, Mr. Ghosh, yesterday the Reserve Bank allowed that up to 1 crore you don't have to recognize as NPAs, even if the payments were delayed by 2 months. Is that going to make life better for you? At the end of this quarter, are you going to be worse off in NPAs at all?
See, the thing is, the circular which RBI has issued is a positive circular in terms of helping out banks and financial institutions in terms of provisioning. However, it extends the period in which you recognize substandard assets from 90 days to 150 days.
Yes.
But it is not, I think, the intention of RBI, which has been widely circulated, saying that the RBI is giving a repayment holiday for 60 days, and I think that is a misinterpretation of the RBI circular. The RBI circular is primarily saying that we will give you a little more leeway in terms of recognizing substandard assets for this brief period. And it is certainly not a repayment holiday.
No, I agree with you.
That is
I agree with you, Mr. Ghosh. I hope it is not understood that way by your borrowers. You as lenders have got it correctly. But how do you expect, therefore, things to pan out? Is there going to be a popular misconception that they can return it late? Will that harm your numbers in Q3?
See, it depends. From what I have seen in the press, they are saying that it is 60 days repayment holiday kind of thing. And if that goes into the borrowers, obviously, even those who can repay then will think twice, and it will impact not only microfinance institutions, but it will impact banks, it will impact NBFCs, everyone, but I don't think that was the intention of RBI.
Okay. Mr. Ghosh, good morning. So in your call yesterday, you had said that the business was impacted for 2 days, and after that, things might not be back to normal, but pretty close to normal. Any initial guesses on earnings hit? If you could give any numbers on that?
No, it is too early to say, in terms of what is the earnings hit. But, the first week starting on the 9th, we had deferred all our repayments and to the following week, because customers did not have the new legal tender. And then slowly, gradually, the customers have been repaying despite the fact that they are facing a serious problem. And actually what we've been advocating very hard is that we be allowed to also accept the 500 and 1,000 rupee notes for our loan repayments. These are millions of small customers. Their repayment amount ranges between 1,000 and 2,500, and they are finding it extremely difficult. We had all our senior management last week go out, fan across all our branches, meet our customers, and people are queuing up for 12 hours and more just to collect legal tender, convert money to repay us, and this is creating a lot of pressure, and unfortunately in some pockets, local political parties are taking advantage of this, and that can snowball into a big problem.
So, Mr. Ghosh, if you had to just, you were telling us that some of the disbursements are also picking up because of the from the repayments that you guys are getting, slow and steady.
Right.
But what could the disbursements be? Because currently you're sitting on a base of, I think, around 2,200 crores of disbursement as per the last quarter. How much do you think disbursements could get impacted in, say, the next couple of quarters, and what could the reasonable growth be?
See, the thing is, we expect, we are right now disbursing only to our existing customers, so that, their requirements are met. And so we feel that by December 31st, if things are allowed to move as is, as it was moving, things by December 31st would become normal. It would ease up, and then we would be back to normal disbursements and collections. But the danger is that if this is politicized as it is happening in number of locations, this can snowball into a big problem. And the way to ease this pressure is allow us to at least accept the repayments which are well documented in 500 and 1,000 rupee notes. And these are millions of small customers, I mean, they're repayment. There is no way that this can be used to funnel black money, etc. And, yesterday I was watching some local media in UP, etc. Wild rumors are flying around, it's ridiculous, so to ease the situation, I think if we are allowed to accept this 500 and 1,000 rupee note, even for a brief period, it will ease up a lot of pressure and actually eliminate, all the mischief makers who are trying to take advantage of this situation.
Mr. Ghosh, that's genuine anguish in your call and genuine sincerity. We will try and publicize this as much as possible and take it to policymakers. Thank you very much for joining us with your thoughts.
Thank you.
I think very key takeaways. Media, even with well-intentioned, ideas, could be misinterpreting and calling it a repayment holiday, and that will completely break the back of their business. And more importantly, taking advantage of this politically high-pitched situation, high-strung emotions, people will start asking for munificence, moratorium on loans. These are the things that he is worried about: irresponsible political demands and misreporting, misunderstanding of a Reserve Bank circular. And I think the final call is that let us take old 500 rupees to ease the pressure of people standing in lines. I feel these are very, very genuine calls that he's saying, but we'll have to see how much
and these are only, this is only anecdotal evidence that you can hear from the people who are involved in the rural, in the rural space. Like, for example, my house help was telling me in their village, they just have one bank in the entire village and very long lines. So there are a lot of middlemen standing outside the banks and conning them into, taking more money.
Conning, or just telling you that, I'll give you 60% of your money, 80% of your money, and I'll stand in your place.
So they lose so much value because of that.
I agree. So this, perhaps good intentioned policies can absolutely be messed up by poor implementation. I guess the government simply was not prepared with enough notes, and that the price for it is being paid by very, very poor people. Okay, the rich people today are those who hold bonds. Those who held it in April, those who held it in June, those who held it in November.